When we want to see the cards, we say show it. You have this one chance. Now don't blow it. It's Card Shark! And your host of Card Shark, Jose Calvarez.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Thank you. Lovely audience here. Thank you. All right, thank you very much, Scott Michaels. Want to thank him for our opening poem for our season premiere. And what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Season 1 premiere of Card Sharks right here in the MVG studios. We're so glad you could be here with us tonight. And folks, I'm so excited to be bringing this game to you guys. This is our software from our buddy Travis Griffin of Game Show Studios over at Etsy. I have purchased his software, and this is what we're going to be using for the entirety of the regular season and the Tournament of Champions. So I want to thank Travis Griffin for making this possible. And with that said, let's just go ahead and get right into our first game of the night. Tonight we've got two players we're going to battle it out here. So let's go ahead and meet them right now. First up, one of our, I would say, highly energetic contestants we would ever have here on MVG, Mr. Brandon Hinkle.
Hi, everybody. It's great to be here. Hi, Jose. It's so great to see you, good sir. You look good, sir.
I appreciate it. Glad to have you here with us, Hinkle. Why don't you go ahead and tell the folks a little bit about yourself since this is your first time?
Certainly. My name is Brandon Hinkle. I am from the great city and state of Knoxville, Tennessee. Go Vols. I'm a guest ambassador from Burger King, and I love all game shows, Masked Singers, Price is Right, Hollywood, you name them, I love them all.
All right, well, something tells me you are one of the more active people we'll ever have here on MVG as well.
That's correct, sir. Yep.
Boo! Oh, wait.
And already he's got a booing section. Ain't this a great way to start off the season? But anyways, Hingle, I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks, Jose. I'll give my best shot.
And your opponent playing the blue cards, one of our admins here at the MVG studios, the MVP of MVG himself, Mr. Will Medina.
I was just waiting for you to say something in Spanish. It would have been very good. But all right, but I'm here. Let's get going.
Not much. Just glad to have you here as well. What should we know about you?
My name is Will. You just said it, the MVP of MVG, one of the finer administrators, and just like everybody here, game show fan, and I don't think I've ever played Card Sharks on your side, so make this my debut. Let's go.
All right, well, I wish you the best luck, and I, of course, wish the best luck to both of our players. Now, of course, as you know, your goal is to correctly call high or high-low on the cards. First one to make it all the way across the board wins the round, gets $1,000. And the first one of you to win 2 rounds wins the match and goes on to the money cards, where they can win up to $32,000 in cash. Now, in order for you to get control of the cards, you need to get a high-low toss-up question correct. So, we are going to go ahead and get started with our first question of the round. And Brandon, this first question goes to you. You ready?
Ready.
All right, here we go, Brandon. We asked 100 office workers, have you ever taken a roll of toilet paper home from work? How many of those 100 office workers said that they had?
I hope that's a low number, Jose. 18.
18 out of 100 office workers will say that, he says that 18 have ever taken a roll of toilet paper home from work. Well, do you think it's higher or lower than 18?
Sorry, I had to sneeze. Let's face it, these office workers are liars. I think it's very much higher.
Alright, going higher than that. Alright, so if it is higher, Will, you get control of the cards first. If not, control goes to Brandon. The actual number of office workers that have taken a roll of toilet paper home from work is 30. It is higher. Alright, so we'll clear the board, and Will... Oh, hold on. There you go. Line up your side of the board, and Will, you get control of the cards. Let's take a look at your opening base card. It's an ace. Now, of course, you won the question, so you have the right to change it if you so wish, but I doubt that you want to.
Tú sabes, cabrón. I'm gonna keep the ace, and I'm gonna go lower.
All right,
Wants
keep...
me another ace.
Now I'll zip it. For real. All right, going lower than the ace. Ah! Bells, what the heck? Wow, okay then. Well, I'm sorry, it's another ace.
I just thought, what if another ace came up? Sure enough.
Well, unfortunately, Will, you don't make any progress, and that gives Brandon a chance to play off his cards. And Hingle, your base card is a 3. You did not win the question, so you cannot change it. You have to call this.
Higher.
Higher than the 3, it's an ace.
Lower.
Lower than the ace, a 10.
Freeze.
Freezing it right there at the 10. Needing only 2 cards to win the first round of the match. And the next question goes to our blue player, and Will, that is you. Here it is. We asked 100 people, have you ever been woken up in a movie theater because you were snoring? How many of those people said that they had?
Oh god, shit! I've done it myself. So, this is going to be a fair middle number here, so I'm going to say probably about 52.
All right, he says 52 out of 100 have been woken up. Now, Brandy, do you think that's higher or lower than 52?
Lower.
Goes lower than that. All right, the actual number of people who have ever been woken up in a movie theater because they were snoring is 10. It is lower. I'd be surprised with the amount of statistics we have here, but Brandon, you get control. You have that 10, and you can change it.
I would like to change that card, please, good sir.
All right, the 10 goes away, and we replace it with a jack, a little better.
That's a good card. Lower.
Lower than the jack, it's a 4.
Higher.
For game number 1 of the match at $1,000, higher than the 4, it's a 10. He's got it. Well done, Brandon. You've won the first round of the match, got yourself $1,000. And if you win the next round, you'll win the match and become our first champion of the season.
All right.
But Will, obviously not out of it yet. You can still win the next 2. Let's go ahead and clear the board for our second round. And with that said, our blue player gets our first question of the round. So, Will, the first question goes to you. We asked 130-somethings, are you afraid of the dark? How many of those 130-somethings said yes, they are?
Everybody's scared sometimes, right? I'll go about 44.
All right, 44 out of 100 said that they are afraid of the dark. Brandon, higher or lower than 44?
I might be just a little lower, just a midget.
All right, he says lower than that. All right, the actual number of 30-somethings who are afraid of the dark is 23. It is lower. All right, Brandon, you get control of the cards for the first time in this round, and your base card for this one is a queen.
That's a beautiful card. Lower.
Keeping the queen, going lower than that, it's a 3.
Higher.
Going on higher than 3, It's an ace.
Over!
Going on still, lower than the ace. It's a king.
Over! Lower!
For game match, a bonus $1,000 for sweeping the board, and a bonus 1,000 for winning the match.
Lower.
Lower than the king. It's a 6. He's got it. My goodness.
Oh my god.
Man, on our first game ever of the regular season, and this is what happens. We have a swift match. Brandon, congratulations. You are our first champion of the season. You picked up the $1,000 for winning the round, plus an extra 1,000 for sweeping the board without making any mistakes. So, you are off to a great start with $3,000, and you are off to the money cards in just a moment.
Woo, good game, Will.
Well, oh my goodness, what can I say? You're up against a very good player to start. But you have fun with us regardless.
Looks like I'll go Danhausen nails across his neck for pulling that ace, but let's have a scare.
Oh, like this is my
That's how
fault.
the game is. Yeah, so's your rat mustache you have on your face, you ding-batted motherfucker. But anyway, Jose, I had fun. I'll be back on the future episode.
Well, we look forward to having you, Will, and you are not leaving here empty-handed. You may not have won any rounds, but we are going to give you the house minimum of $500 just for being here. And yeah, we'll definitely look forward to having you back.
I plan to. All right, Brandon, you better go win that money.
I will. I'll give it my best shot.
All right, well, that's Will Medina and Brandon Engel, our new champion with $3,000. But in just a moment, he's going to get the opportunity to go for the money cards and potentially rack up to $32,000 in cash. We'll see if he can do it right after this commercial break here on Card Sharks. Stay with us. Welcome back to Card Sharks. We're here with our first champion of the season, Brandon Hingle, who pulled off an impressive win on the first question of the second round, sweeping the board without making a single mistake. You already have $3,000, but you ready to see if you can add a whole lot more money to that?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
He is more than ready, so let's go ahead and go to the money cards. Alright, well, Brandon, we are doing this based off the Eubanks version of this game. So, we're going to start you off at the bottom row with $200 of betting money. You make your way calling high-low across the bottom row, betting as you wish. Then we go up to the second level and give you another $400 of betting money and work your way across those three cards afterwards. Minimum bets are $50 until you get to the big bet where you have to bet at least half of your money. And of course, you have the three cards on the left side of the board that you can use to change any card, but you can only change one per row. So with that said, let's go ahead and deal the cards. Here's your $200 of betting money. Wish you nothing but the best of luck, and let's see what your opening base card for this round is. You start off with a 9.
Eek. I'd like to change that card, please, with number 2, please.
Alright, he is changing it with number 2, and it becomes an 8. Oh, not much better.
Okay. Oh, hi, Olaf. 100 lower, please.
Alright, going $100, lower than the 8. No, it's a jack. You're down to $100, but with a jack.
Everything lower.
All $100, lower than the jack. It's a 5. You're back up to 200 with the 5.
Okay. Everything higher.
All of it again.
Yes, sir.
He's going all of it higher than the 5. It's a jack. You're up to $400. We move you up to the next row. We give you another $400 of betting money. You have $800 with a jack.
Okay. Everything lower.
Going all of it again. Lower than the jack. It's a 9. $1,600 and a 9.
Yuck! Yuck! I would like to change that card, please, with number 3, please.
Alright, the 9 goes away and we replace it with A 6.
Okay. 200 higher.
$200?
Yes, sir. 200 higher.
All right, going $200 higher than the 6. It's an ace. You're up to $1,800 with an ace.
Lower. Everything lower.
$1,800 lower than the ace. It's a deuce. All right, Brandon. Now, before you tell me what you're gonna do, because I have a feeling what you're going to do, but we're gonna move that deuce up to the top row to the big bet. You have to bet at least $1,800, but you can bet more. What is your call on this deuce?
All the clams higher.
And the best part is the worst thing you can do is push. So, you'll either have $3,600 or $7,200. If this card is higher than the deuce, it's a 7. He's got it.
Oh, yeah.
$7,200. We add that to your previous winnings, Brandon, and you have a one-game total of $10,200.
Woohoo!
That's it. Overall, a good first game for you there.
Thank you.
All right, but nicely done, Brandon. But we are going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, you're going to be taking on another challenger.
All right, I can't wait.
All right, we'll meet him right after this here on Card Sharks. Stay with us. Welcome back to Card Sharks, everybody. We're back here with our champion, Brandon Hingle, who had an impressive round in the money cards, picking up $7,200. Now has $10,200 for his championship run. But Brandon, of course, as you know, if you make it 5 wins in a row, you will retire and you will automatically be locked a spot in our Tournament of Champions at the end of the season.
Woo!
With that said, though, are you ready to take on your next challenger?
I was born ready, good sir. Let's do this.
All right, Brandon. Well, your opponent is a good one. One of our international contestants here at MVG Productions. We welcome in Mr. Cameron Shields.
Hello, Jose. Brandon. Good to be here. And ready to give it a red hot go.
Well, glad to have you here on Card Sharks, Cameron. Why don't you go ahead and tell the folks a little bit about yourself, since this is your very first time.
Yeah, sure. So I'm a musician stroke retail salesperson. I currently work for Dyson as a customer care person. And yeah, no, that's basically it. Not much more to it than that.
All right, well, you're up against a good champion, Hinkle here. Do you think you have what it takes to claim the championship for yourself?
Look, I'm just happy to be here, and I'll give it 100%, and we'll just let the chips fall where they may.
All right, well, best luck to you, and of course, good luck to both players. Let's not waste any more time and get right into our game here. And with that said, Brandon, you're going to start off with our first question of this round.
Okay.
Here we go. We asked 100 college students. Oh boy, I can probably already relate to this. Alright, we asked 100 college students. In the past month, have you pulled an all-nighter? How many said they had?
Well, talking about what I think of when they have to study so much, yeah, I can see that happen. So I think that may be a medium number. I'm thinking maybe about 40.
Alright, he says 40 out of 100 college students have pulled an all-nighter in the past month. Cameron, do you think that's higher or lower than 40?
I think having been to university or college in the recent past, in fact, I graduated in 2019. I have been known to pull an all-nighter, very rarely, so I will go higher.
Alright, he's going higher than 40. Of course, you know, if it is higher, Cameron, you will get control of the cards first. If not, it'll go to Brandon. The actual number of college students who in the past month have pulled an all-nighter is 86, it is higher. Now, being a college student myself, I haven't really pulled an all-nighter myself, so I wouldn't know.
I pulled one or two fairly early on, and I regretted it immediately. Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right, well, from somebody who has experienced it, I will take your advice greatly. But Cameron, you can control the cards first. Let's take a look at your opening base card. You have an 8. Now, you won the question, so you have the right to change it if you so wish.
I will change it.
All right, the 8 goes away, and we replace it with a 9. Not much better.
Oh, jeez, yeah, no, not much better. I can't change it again, can I?
No, you can't. You only have one change.
No, right, okay. I'll go lower.
Lower than the 9? No, it's a 10.
Jeez, that was good.
So no progress there, and that means Brandon, our champion, gets control of the cards, and you have, Brandon, a 4.
Higher.
Higher than the 4, it's an ace.
Lower.
Lower than the ace, it's a queen.
Lower.
Going on, lower than the king. Oh no, it's an ace.
Axe.
And all 3 of those cards are gone.
Live to fight another day.
So we're off to a fantastic stop as nobody makes any progress. But now we go to our second question of the round, and Cameron, this one goes to you. This one's interesting. Cameron, we asked 100 dentists, do you floss? How many of those 100 dentists admitted that they do floss?
Well, okay. I actually, here's a confession. I haven't actually been to the dentist in a good few years. So anyway, yeah, I should probably go to the dentist. I don't think many dentists actually practice what they preach, to be honest. And so, I will go 35.
All right, do apologize, folks. Had a small interruption. All right, so Cameron says 35 out of 100 dentists do floss. Brandon, higher or lower than 35?
I think that might be just a midget higher. Just a midget.
All right, he says higher than 35. All right, the actual number of dentists who have admitted that they do floss is 93. It is way higher.
Wow.
You'd be surprised how many dentists actually do practice what they preach.
Yeah, well.
All right, so Brandon, you have control of the cards. Go ahead.
To quote an Australian Australian advertisement that that barely any of you would get. They're also clearly not afraid of showing their face on television.
Oh gosh.
If you look up Oral-B, if you've ever heard of the brand Oral-B.
Yes, Oral-B.
Yeah, if you look up Oral-B Australian ad, that's probably one of the first ads you'll see. It'll make sense if you look it up on YouTube.
All right, well, I'll have to dabble into that, but anyways,
irrelevant to the conversation.
Right. All right, well, Brandon, you won the question. You have control first, and you have that 4.
All right, let's try this again. Higher.
Sorry about that. All right, going on higher than the 4. It's a 5.
Higher.
Going on higher than the 5. It's a 10.
Freeze.
Freezing at the 10, needing only 2 cards to win the first round and keeping the challenger away from his cards. And that means we got to go right to our third question. And Brandon, this one goes to you. We asked 100 people, have you ever hidden something so well that you forgot where you put it? How many people admitted that they had?
I believe that should be like close to a middle-ish number. I'm thinking that should be like maybe 44.
All right, he says 44 out of 100 have hidden something so well that they forgot where they put it. Cameron, higher or lower than 44?
I would say that would be lower. I think.
All right, he says lower than 44. The actual number of people who have hidden something so well that they forgot where they put it is 89. It is not lower.
Jeez.
All right, so Brandon, you get control once again, and you have that 10.
Change that card, please, good sir.
All right, the 10 goes away, and we replace it with a jack. A little better.
Ooh, beautiful card. Lower.
Lower than the jack. Oh no, it's a king.
Ooh, did not see that coming.
All right, so no progress made, and that means, Cameron, you get a free shot at the 9. Now, you did not win the question, so you cannot change it.
Alright, I'll go lower.
Lower than the 9, it's a 5.
Higher.
Going on higher than the 5, it's an 8.
Ooh. Freeze.
Freezing at the 8, and that puts us in a tie situation as we go to our 4th and final question. It is sudden death, so somebody has to win on this final play of the cards. Cameron, the question goes to you. All right, here we go. We asked 100 divorced men. Oh boy, here we go.
Oh dear, this is a can of worms right here.
Yeah, no kidding. We asked 100 divorced men. Are you getting lucky more now than you did when you were married? How many said yes? Are you getting more lucky now than you did when you were married?
I will say 55.
All right, he says 55 out of 100 are getting more lucky now than they did when they were married. Brandon, higher or lower than 55?
That's gotta be lower.
Lower than 55. All right, for all important control of the cards, the actual number of divorced men who said that they are getting more lucky now than they did when they were married is 55. It's an exact die.
Wow, well done.
All right. Good on me.
Cameron, congratulations. You get $1,000 for getting that answer exactly on the nose.
Wow. Wow.
And with that, Cameron, you have a decision to make. Now, here's the situation. You have an 8. You won the question, so you can change it if you so wish. You would then need to call off the next 2 cards. Make one mistake, and the champion wins the first round. However, you have control. You can pass it over to Brandon. He would have to play off the jack, which he cannot change. He must call off those next 2 cards, and if he makes a mistake, you win the first round. So with that said, what do you want to do?
I will play, and I will change this card.
All right, he's taking matters into his own hands. He is changing the 8, and we replace it with a king.
Okay, lower.
Lower than the king. It's a deuce.
Higher.
For $1,000 and the first win of the match, higher than the deuce, it's a 9. He's got it. All right, Cameron, well done. You made the right call by playing it. You won the first round of the match, so you have $1,000, plus you got the extra $1,000 for getting the exact answer, so you're already up to $2,000.
Nice.
So with that said, you are up 1-0. Champ, this deficit can be overcome. With that said, let's go ahead and clear the board for our second round. Alright, so this is our second round of the game, which means the blue player gets the first question. So Cameron, this first one goes to you.
Okay.
Alright, Cameron, we asked 100 dog owners. Oh my gosh, this is going to be... I hope Nels doesn't hear this. We asked 100 dog owners, have you ever passed gas and blamed it on the dog? How many admit admitted that they had.
I will say it's a fairly high number. I would say 70. 71, actually. 71.
Alright, he says 71 out of 100 have blamed passing gas on the dog. Brandon, higher or lower than 71?
I believe that may be a high number, but I don't think that's a good. I think it may be lower than that. It's a tad lower.
Alright, he says lower than that. The actual number of dog owners who have passed gas and blamed it on the dog is 47. It is lower. Alright, Brandon, you won the question. You've got control of the cards for the first time in this second round. Let's take a look at your opening base card. It's a 10.
I would like to change that card, please, good sir.
You won the question. You have the right to do so. The 10 goes away, and we replace it with a queen.
Oh, beautiful card. Lower.
Lower than the queen, it's a jack.
Let's take it down. Lower.
Going on, lower than the jack, it's a 4.
Let's take it up. Higher.
Going on, higher than the 4, it's a queen.
Take it down. Lower.
To tie up the match, and for a $1,000 bonus for sweeping the board, lower than the queen? No, it's a king! And all 4 of them go back. You go back to the base card and you lose control. Man, that was close there, but unfortunately,
That was close.
Frank Costanza challenge right there just stopped short, and that means Cameron, you get a free chance at an ace.
Lower.
Lower than the ace, it's a deuce.
Oh, higher.
Higher than the deuce, it's a 4.
Higher again.
Going on higher than the 4, it's an 8.
Ooh. I'll tell you what, I'll go higher. I'd like a risk.
He's risking it
Very brave.
to become the new champion, to obtain an extra $1,000 bonus for sweeping the board. Higher than the 8? No, it's a 4! Both of them with heartbreaking runs there that come to an end at the final card. So no progress is made. And that means we go to our second question of this round. And Brandon, it goes to you.
All right.
Shake those heartbreakers off, guys. It's only the first question.
I am.
All right, here we go.
Better.
We asked 100 8th graders, so essentially 13-year-olds.
Right.
Did you ever sneak into a movie theater and watch a movie your parents wouldn't let you see? How many of those 8th graders said yes?
Oh, I think that might be a middle-ish number. I'm thinking maybe round about maybe 34.
Alright, he says 34 out of 100 8th graders have done this act. Cameron, higher or lower than 34?
Sorry, can you just repeat the question? I was momentarily distracted.
Alright, sure. We asked 100 8th graders, did you ever sneak into a movie theater and watch a movie your parents wouldn't let you see? How many of those 8th
higher.
graders said yes?
Higher than 34. So much. I've done it. So
You have done it?
I went and saw, if anyone remembers the Will Ferrell 2008 movie, I actually wasn't year 8, it was like year 9 or 10, but close enough. But I saw the movie Step Brothers, the 2008 Will Ferrell movie, I think it was, with him and John C. Reilly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not a particularly great film, but, you know, eh.
Well, you did it anyway. Alright, but let's find out the actual number together. Actual number of 8th graders who have ever sneaked into a movie theater and watched a movie their parents would not let them see is 29. It is not higher.
Jeez, we've got very a clean mob here.
Right? Alright, Brandon, you got control of the cards and you have that queen.
Okay, let's try again. Lower.
Keeping it going lower than the queen, it's a 5.
Up. Take it up. Higher.
Going on, higher than the 5. It's a 6.
Higher.
He's risking it higher than the 6. It's a queen.
Lower. Take it down. Lower.
He's going for it all again. Will it work this time to tie up the match and get a bonus $1,000 for sweeping the board? Lower than the queen. This time it works. It's a deuce.
Sudden death shootout.
All right, well, Brandon, congratulations. You have tied up the match. You picked up $1,000 for winning this round. Plus, we give you another $1,000 for sweeping the board. So another $2,000 brings you now up to $12,200 so far. But we are now tied up at 1 round apiece. So we got to go to a tiebreaker round. So, 3 cards each, but only 1 question to determine all important control. Brandon, the question goes to you.
Okay.
Here it is.
Ready.
We asked 100 flight attendants, do you actually enjoy saying goodbye to all the passengers? How many of those 100 flight attendants said yes?
I'm thinking maybe about 50 of them,
50?
Yeah, 50.
He's going right in the middle with 50. Cameron, higher or lower than 50?
I think flight attendants put up with a lot of crap, and so I would say lower.
All right, going lower than that. All right, for all important control of the cards, the actual number of flight attendants who actually enjoy saying goodbye to all the passengers is 84. It is not lower. All right, so Champ, you have the decision. Now, the way the tiebreakers work is I'm going to show you both of your base cards, and then you'll make a decision on who gets control.
Okay.
So we'll show you Cameron's base card first. He has a jack. You have an 8. Now, of course, you can change it since you won the question. You need to go through these 2 cards, and if you make 1 mistake, Cameron becomes the new champion. But you can, of course, force Cameron to play off the jack, which he cannot change. He must call off 2 cards right, and if he makes a mistake, you pick up your second win. With that said, it's your decision. What do you want to do?
You know what? I'm going to give it a shot.
You're going to take it?
I'm going to give it a shot.
All right, he's going to play it. You have that 8, and you can change it.
Okay, normally I love Olaf, but not in card tricks. I would like to change Olaf, please.
All right, an all-important change here. The 8 goes away, and we replace it with a deuce.
Higher!
Higher than the deuce, it's a 3.
Higher!
To remain the champion, pick up his second win, and go on back to the money cards. Higher than the 3, it's an ace. He's done it again. Congratulations, Brandon. You picked up your second win. You picked up another $1,000 for winning this tiebreaker round. So you're up to $13,200. And you're going to go back to the money cards in just a moment. Cameron, well, you won a round.
Yeah, well, look, like I said, the cards fell where they did, and look, just unlucky. That's the way it is.
All right, well, Cameron, you by no means are leaving out of here empty-handed. You did win 1 round, so we're gonna let you keep the $1,000 that you got for winning the round. Plus, you also have the $1,000 for getting the exact answer. So you leave us with a respectable total of $2,000. Not bad for just a few minutes' work.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take it.
All right, and we will definitely look forward to having you back on a future episode. But before we have Brandon before we take our commercial break and we give Brandon a few moments to breathe before he takes on the money cards, let's play the what if scenario. Brandon, let's find out what would have happened had you passed to Cameron.
I'm curious what would have happened. Let's see what would have happened if I did pass it. I'm curious what would have happened.
So Cameron, you would have had to call off the jack.
Hmm. And I would probably have called lower.
It was a king, so it was set up for Brandon to win either way.
Wow.
All
Hold
right.
on, Cameron. You made me work for it.
Oh, well, that's
Good game,
just the
good
way,
sir.
just the way it is.
All right, well, there you have it, and we're going to take another pause and go to another commercial break. But when we come back, Brandon's going to go back to the money cards to see how much he can add to his already impressive total. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Card Sharks. We're here with our now two-time champion, Brandon Hinkle, who won a very close battle between him and his challenger, Cameron, but you pulled it off in the end, sir. You picked up your second win. You now have $13,200 so far. But are you ready to go back to the money cards and see how much you can add to it?
Oh, yeah, Jose. I was born ready. Let's do this, good sir.
All right, let's go back to the money cards. Now you are up. Now you obviously know how this works, so I'm not gonna go through the rules once again. We're just gonna get right into it. Here's your $200 of betting money, and we start you off with this base card of a king.
Oh, beautiful card. All of it. The whole clam's lower.
$200 lower than the king. No, it's an ace. So you bust, and we are unfortunately going to have to move you up to the next level to get you the $400 back. But you have $400 and an ace.
Okay, let's try this again. The whole clam's lower.
It has to work out for you this time. $400 lower than the ace. It's a deuce.
All of it higher.
Another good card going $800 higher than the deuce. It's an 8. $1,600 and an 8.
Bye, Olaf. Change him with number 1, please. Bye, Olaf.
All right, the 8 goes away, and we replace it with an ace.
All of it lower.
It has a shaky start, but he could be on his way to redemption. $1,600 lower than the ace. It's a queen. All right, Brandon, we move that queen up to the top level. You have $3,200. You have to bet at least $1,600, but you can bet more. You have that queen. You can change it as well.
Right.
But it's your call.
All of it lower.
He's going the works. You'll have either absolutely nothing or $6,400 if this card is lower than the queen. It's a 4. He's done it! $6,400! And when we add that to the $13,200 you racked up in your previous 2 games, you now have 2 wins and a total of $19,600. Man, what a start to the season. We already have a sweep of the board, and we have an exacta. So it's a great way to start off a season premiere here with a historic episode. But Brandon, $19,600 and 2 wins. You're going to be taking on another opponent on our next show to see if you can keep this championship rolling.
Oh, why? I can't wait.
But folks, that is going to do it for us here on Card Sharks. We thank you so much for joining us. I can already tell that this is going to be one heck of a season. But with that said, thank you so much for joining us, and until next time, when the cards come shuffling our way once again, and we try to give away a whole lot more money, I'm your host, Jose Casada, signing off, saying thanks for joining us on Card Sharks. We will see you next time. Good night, everybody.